Welcome. We are on page 140 in your book. We are going to do the two problems under build understanding. So this is the first task. All right, so let's get started. Once you get your paper book and following along with your pencil, then you can go ahead and continue in the video. All right, so for this scenario, this problem right here, Tyree's cat has a litter of black and orange kittens. The tape diagram shows the number of each color kitten in the litter, with each section representing one kitten. What are the different ways that Tyree can compare the number of kittens? Okay, so as we can see, these right here are our tape diagrams. With our tape diagram of the black kittens and a tape diagram of the orange kittens. So it looks like we have black kittens. We have 4 black kittens and 2 orange kittens. So part A asks how many orange kittens are there, how many black kittens, and write a comparison between the number of orange kittens and the number of black kittens, beginning with the words for each, blah, blah, blah. Okay, well, answering the question of how many orange kittens are there, there are 2 orange, and then there are, let's see, so that's how many orange kittens there are. How many black kittens? There are, right, 1, 2, 3, 4 black kittens. So there are 4 black. Okay, and then it asks to write a comparison between the number of orange kittens and the number of black kittens. Okay, so we're going to write a comparison beginning with the words for each. Okay, so for each. Okay, for each, and we're going to start with orange kittens. For each orange kitten, there are. Now let's see, we have 1 orange kitten, 2 orange kitten. And if we see that for each orange kitten, there are, right, 1, 2, and then 1 and 2. If we group them together, kind of like when we divided fractions, right? So then for each orange kitten, there are 2 black kittens. Okay, great. Let's move on to the next part here. We have B, how does the number of orange kittens compare to the total number of kittens in the litter? So we're going to write our comparison beginning with the words for each or for every. So for every. Okay, and now what we start with is we're starting with orange kittens, right? Because we're starting with orange kittens and we're comparing it to the total number of kittens, right? So for every orange kitten, okay, for every orange kitten, now we're comparing it to the total number, okay? The total number of cats. Now we have total number of cats is, right, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 total kittens. And so if we compare every orange kitten, we have 2 orange kittens, so we're going to divide the total by 2. So for every orange kitten, we have, or there are 3 kittens. Okay? Because, right, 6 divided by 3 equals 2. So that's why. Okay. So part C here asks, how does the number of black kittens compare to the total number of kittens in the litter? So this is similar to part B. We're just, instead of comparing orange kittens to total number, we're comparing black kittens to total number. So let's just do what we did before. We're going to start the sentence with for every, and because the first one is with the black kittens, right, we're starting with black kittens. For every black kitten, now total number we have 6. total kittens, but we have 3 black kittens. And so what we're going to do for every black kitten, it's going to look the same as the one before, but we have 6. And instead of dividing it by 3, there are 3 kittens. Oh, I messed up this first part. Oh my goodness. Okay. This one is, we're going to erase this here. We're going to erase this. We don't want that in there. Get out of there. Okay. We're going to erase that because if you notice, I actually messed this up in part B. The problem in part B should be 6 divided by 2 equals 3 because we have total. And we're dividing it by the number of orange kittens to get how many kittens per orange kitten. But for part C, we're dividing our 6 by the number of black kittens, and there are 4 black kittens, right? So we're going to do 6 divided by 4, okay? Because we're going to take the total and divide it by the number of black kittens, okay? And 6 divided by 4, right? We can write this as 6/4, or this can be, what, 3 halves? So 1.5, right? So that means for every black kitten, there are 1 1/2 kittens. It's kind of morbid having 1.5 kittens. Oh. Okay. So part D, the last part here, it says, suppose each section of the tape diagram represents 2 kittens rather than 1 kitten. Will that change the comparisons in part A and B? Why or why not? Now we know in part A, we're comparing the number of orange kittens to the number of black kittens. And we're going to write that comparison, right? For every 2 orange, there's 4 black, right? For every orange kitten, there are 2 black kittens. So let's see if that changes. Now we have our diagram. If we have our diagram where instead of 4 black, we have 8 black. So we have 8 black and then 4 orange. Okay. Let's see if the comparisons are going to change. So let's write this out one more time. So we have our part A asked for the comparison between orange to black. Okay, so we have 4 orange to 8 black. Okay. Now, that means that let's see what that would look like as a fraction. 4/8. Okay. Well, 4/8, we can simplify that to 1/2. Those are equivalent fractions. So if the entire litter, each one of those little ones equals 2, you're just doubling the litter. So even if you're doubling the litter, you're still going to have the same comparison of black kittens to orange kittens. So it does not change because the ratio is still the same. And we're going to double check on part B next. So part B says we are comparing orange kittens to the total number of kittens. So let's do this one too. So we're going to write this as a ratio, that the number of orange kittens to total. So 4 orange kittens to total, which would be 8 plus 4 is 12. Okay. And let's write that as a fraction. So we have 4 to 12. This we can simplify to 1/3. Now let's see if it still matches. Was it the same in part B? Part B says, we said for every 1 orange kitten, there are 3 total kittens. That is the same as our 1/3. They are just another set of equivalent fractions. So it's the same thing. Okay, so we're going to write, it does not change. Just like that. All right, sounds great. Go ahead and move on to the second task.